Good morning. I wanted to stop by to see the look on your face. This is your first rain in Sandrock, isn't it? What do you think? Isn't it amazing? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Almost as breathtaking as it is rare. By the by, in honor of this momentous occasion, I'm throwing a celebration tonight down at the Blue Moon around 8 o'clock. Kugo will play music on the stage. Everyone will be there. It's gonna be a ball. There was one more thing. Burgess wanted me to tell you, something about conserve water. No, you already knew that. Oh yeah, that is it. You might want to set out some dew collectors and other containers today. I have a feeling they'll be way more effective than usual. Call it a hunch. All right, I better head off. Getting kind of damp out here. Blue Moon, 8 o'clock. Come hungry.
Wow, thank you so much.
What? They got this comic? I remember reading this as a kid. Oh, I used to cry so bad reading it. What? Why'd they go and circle the murderer's name? Wait a darn. Mr. Murderman? No way.
Hello. Sorry about the mess. It wasn't like this when I left this morning. So yeah, as you can see, there are rocks all over the place. Someone's been moving them around, I guess. Well, I know you only had a chance to look around for like 10 seconds, but who do you think could have done this? Captain? No, he swore an oath to protect and serve. Yeah, he does come by sometimes, but he's not like other cats who jump up on your table and knock stuff over. Only way he'd ever do that is if there was a criminal on your table. If that's the bookcase, I only have my shelf to blame. Dang, wow. Yeah, maybe a thief came in and ransacked my house, but then realized there was nothing of value to steal and just left. How embarrassing for both of us. It'll be so awkward if we put him in jail and have to see him at work. Actually, it's none of the above. I ran out of space on my rock shelf, so I've just been placing my new ones in random places, starting to look like one of those old people houses we go to investigate when no one's heard from the old people in a long time. Sorry. Got too real there for a sec. Usually with him, it's stacks and stacks of newspapers anyway, not rocks. So yeah, I need your help. I need a new rock shelf. You know, rectangular wooden object with a series of shelves that stack horizontally so as to store and display rocks. Rock shelf. Can you help me build one? Well, yeah. I mean, kind of like a bookshelf, but for storing rocks. I probably won't be putting any books on this thing. Oh, unless it's a book about rocks. You know what? Let's not rule that out. Do you think you could make me a rectangular wooden object with a series of shelves that stack horizontally that is capable of storing and displaying not only rocks, but potentially, if need be, books as well? Whew, nice. Thought I might be asking too much of you. Thanks a million. Just go ahead and stick it over there on the wall when it's done. Then I'll come home and be like, oh man, new rock case. Thanks. In addition to accepting my task, you've also given me a lot to think about. Well, see ya.
That Blue Moon place looks pretty good. Let's grab something from there.
I'd eat tumbleweed right now. I'm so hungry.
I almost beat my high score. Get a game on an empty stomach, though.
Hey! Thank goodness you're here. Did you see that? Paying customers walked right out the door looking for grub. It's not enough that I gotta pull the customers in. I gotta keep them here somehow. That's why I came up with a terrific idea to turn this challenge into an opportunity. If people don't have to leave to get a snack, they'll keep dropping tokens into my machines. And if the snacks are also bought with tokens, that's a double win, am I right? So here's what I'm thinking. I need a storage rack. Then I can offer something for people to snack on to keep them from wandering off. Think you can make me one? Great! I think you make it on your work table. But, when you're done, can you please install it for me as well? Thanks!
Hello.
Hey, I was at work and I heard someone come in because my house is next door, and I'm glad it's you and not someone else. Whoa, you really pulled all the stops out on this one. Books, rocks, heck, you could just put about anything in there. Let me just collect all my rocks here, and we can take this bad boy for a test display. Cool. Say, do you want to stick around for a bit? I mean, maybe you could help me decide which rocks to put where. Alright, cool. Let me just put on some tunes to set the mood. So, the short of it is, I like to organize the rocks into 3 categories: high, mid, and low tier. The mid tier represents the one I think are alright, and definitely deserve a seat at the table, or a rock shelf. And low tier, well, those rocks I'm not a super fan of, but I'm sure other people like. Let's start with the top. First we got onyx, painite, zinc, and then this one. I don't know what it is. Onyx is dark and mysterious. It's pretty shiny, reflects light, makes you kind of wonder about the universe. Next is painite. Despite the name, it's really got nothing to do with pain. It's just a nice red rock. I've only ever found one before. Chi said it's super rare, maybe the only one in the world. So I guess you could say this rock is unique. Then there's zinc. Zinc is really useful. It's found in the wirings of our telegraphs, street lamp posts. Why, even the firing pin in our Civil Corps pistols are made of zinc. I'd hate to live in a world without zinc. Last but not least is this one. I had some stuff to say about the other ones, but not this one. Oh well. Ready to choose your favorite? And hey, in case you didn't think the stakes were high enough, despite it already being in high tier, why don't we also choose the rock that makes us think of each other? I'll go first. I choose painite, because it's the best rock, and you're the best rock. There can only be one best rock by definition, and I already said it was you. Okay, now you go. Wow, you think I'm useful as zinc? That's a tall order. I don't know if I can fill those shoes. No one's ever been able to make shoes large enough for zinc. That's why zinc wears no shoes. And tragically, I still and always do. Nice. They look good up here. High and mighty, wondering what the peasant rocks are up to. Sorry, that was out of line. All rocks are great. Next is mid-tier. We have sulfur, selenite, and coal. Sulfur is toxic. I just like the way it looks. It's slightly toxic to touch, but definitely don't lick this one. It would make you pretty sick. Well, Captain licked it once and got sick. Guess it hasn't been tested on humans yet. I just wouldn't. Next is selenite. Some people call it selenite rose. Couldn't really recommend licking it either. I mean, maybe once or twice is fine. It's pretty much just salt. It'll dissolve if you lick it too much. Then you've got nothing, except maybe a tummy ache. Even if something isn't toxic, it's a good idea to wash it before you lick it. Probably ask first too. Yeah, that's just kind of a good rule for life. If you're ever thinking about licking anything, always ask for permission. Last, but again, not least, is coal. I place coal in the mid-tier because I just kind of like it. I mean, it is kind of an ugly chunk of gunk, only good for being used up, and then when it is, it harms the environment. But on the plus side, it's coal. I'm all picked out, I think. You're gonna have to fly solo from here on out, I think. Which one makes you think of me? Too hard to choose? Yeah, in a way they all kind of represent me equally. Don't worry, low tier will be a lot easier to deal with. Alright, whew. Finally, we're about ready to wrap things up with low tier. Last and least. Need a minute? Or are you ready? Yeah, well, it's pretty much all I do. You'd know a lot about rocks too, if you were me. Alright, final tier. These are a lot of what people call regular rocks. Granite, sandstone, marble. Some of them have bits of quartz in them that sparkle in the sunlight. Some of them are quartz. When it comes to squeaking into bottom tier, the main thing I look for here is hustle. What shape is the rock? Does it look like it's a hard worker? Does it look like it started from the bottom and now it's trying to get into the bottom tier? This piece of granite to me looks like a fluffy cloud. The fact that such a hard, sturdy piece of rock could be so fluffy and cute makes me think I can be whatever I want to be. This sandstone, the fact that it's called a sandstone and not a sandrock despite its location, I can't help but admire its rebellious spirit. This quartz, there are many others like it, but this one's mine. It's the most common crystal in the world. Tuh, if you don't count feldspar. In some places, it's see-through. In other places, it's milky and not so see-through. Is it hiding secrets? Is it transparent about other things? When light passes through, it creates a rainbow. Even though it's common, its shape is unique, the same way every snowflake is unique. And when it wants to, it can create an amazing display of color. Like just about any crystal really. That's why quartz is bottom tier. So now I ask, which of these do you think represents us? Sorry, I keep changing the rules of this game and stuff. I kinda just made it up on the spot. Need to work out the bugs. So yeah, which one is us? Yeah, in a weird way, I think it is. Wow, there you have it. That took a lot longer than I expected, but the results speak for themselves. This is probably the best display I've ever seen. Thanks for helping me. Feel free to come and check out the rocks anytime. Doors always open. See ya.
Thank you! This is perfect! I really appreciate your help with this. I have a lot of great ideas, but I don't always have the right skills to make them happen. Just the same, I do appreciate it. You know, this has me thinking. I could eventually add a whole snack bar or even a restaurant in here someday. I have to expand the whole game center first, of course. Maybe even add some live entertainment. I could hire a magician and do children's parties. Wouldn't that be amazing? Oh, I once saw a mechanical band made of spare parts and electronics in Atara. Boy, that would be something if I could get one of those. If I decorated the robot band to look like friendly animals dressed like people, the kids would go nuts! Of course, I'd want to run it by Owen, as a professional courtesy. Or maybe he'd be interested in being partners. Now that would be something, wouldn't it? Imagine what I could do with the kind of dough he's got in his pockets. Listen to me, dreaming impossible dreams. Impossible for now, anyway. One step at a time, right? Expanding to offer a few snacks is a good start. Not exactly competing with Owen's Saloon, but maybe it'll keep my customers here a little longer before they head to his place for a real meal. You're always so helpful and kind. I think we've got a lot in common. Always working, always trying to better ourselves and grow our business. Doesn't leave much time for leisure or friendship, does it? If you could carve out some time from your busy schedule tomorrow evening, I think I could too. Care to meet me at the Blue Moon for dinner and a nice long chat? Terrific! I'll see you there tomorrow at 6 p.m.
morning of the Yakmel Festival. Hop on top and win yourself some prizes. Our environment is everyone's responsibility.
Welcome, everyone. I want to thank you all for coming together tonight to celebrate what can only be called a miracle. I've lived here in Sandrock my entire life, and in all my rainy days, few as they may be, I never thought I'd see one quite so rainy as this. The skies opened up, and our most precious resource fell down on us in rivers. It was truly humbling to see so much water at once. In true Sandrock fashion, I saw neighbors helping one another to collect as much as they could in every bucket, vase, and container they could find, often working together to gather far more than anyone could alone. As a result, Sandrock has been blessed this day with almost more water than we could store. But more than that, Sandrock has once again shown its people to be generous, clever, and kind to one another. Tonight, Cooper and Hugo are going to entertain us. Grace and I cooked up a feast, so do everyone. All you need to do is kick back, enjoy the tunes, and help yourselves to a meal. Tomorrow, we'll be back to our dry, water-conserving selves. Tonight, we celebrate our good fortune. Not just in the rain, but also our good fortune in having each other. Let's celebrate!
Oh,